Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Dancing with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary catechism written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami, a richly illustrated sourcebook of Indian spirituality in question and answer form, exploring how to know the divine, honor all creation, and see God everywhere, in everyone. Today's lesson is lesson 44, and we're going to begin by reading the caption to the facing image. The deepest plane, filled with divinities, is circled here by a cobra, Shiva as Nagaraja, king of serpents. The serpent is venerated as a symbol of immortality, control of instincts, and of Kundalini, which empowers yoga and grants access to the Sivaloka. Lesson 44. What is the nature of the causal plane? Loka 44. The causal plane, or Sivaloka, pulsates at the core of being, deep within the subtle plane. It is the superconscious world where the gods and highly evolved souls live and can be accessed through yoga and temple worship. Om. Bhashya. The causal plane is the world of light and blessedness, the highest of heavenly region, extolled in the scriptures of all faiths. It is the foundation of existence, the source of visions, the point of conception, the apex of creation. The causal plane is the abode of Lord Shiva and his entourage of Mahadevas and other highly evolved souls who exist in their own self-effulgent form, radiant bodies of centillions of quantum light particles. Even for embodied souls, this refined realm is not distant, but exists within man. It is ever present, ever available as the clear white light that illumines the mind, accessed within the throat and cranial chakras, Vishuddha, Ajna, and Sahasrara, in the sublime practices of yoga and temple worship. It is in the causal plane that the mature soul, unshrouded of the physical body's strong instinctive pulls and astral body's harsh intellectual stranglehold, resides fully conscious in its self-effulgent form. The Sivaloka is the natural refuge of all souls. The Vedas intone, where men move at will, in the threefold sphere, in the third heaven of heavens, where are realms full of light. In that radiant world, make me immortal. Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning and vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Living with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary culture, written by Sadhguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 daily lessons based on ancient Vedic laws disclosing how to approach family, money, relationships, technology, food, worship, yoga, and karma to live a truly spiritual life. Today's lesson is lesson 44, and the topic is faith is on many levels. Faith extends to another level too, of pleasure for the sake of pleasure. Here we have the jet set, the hedonists, the sensualists, the pornographers, and their customers. All these groups have developed their own individual mindset and mix and interrelate among themselves as the astral molecules of this amorphous substance of thought, emotion, and belief that we call faith creates their attitudes toward the world, other people, and their possessions. The Hindu, therefore, is admonished by the Saptarishis themselves to believe firmly in God, God's guru, and the path to enlightenment, lest he stray from the path of Dharma. For faith is a powerful force. It can be given, it can be taken away. It is a national force, a community force, a group force, a family force. And it is more than that, as far as the Sanatana Dharma is concerned, which can be translated as the eternal faith, the most strengthening and illuminating of all, for it gives courage to all to apply these 20 yamas and niyamas, which represent the final conclusions of the deepest deliverers of eternal wisdom who ever resided on this planet. Some people have faith only when things are going right, and lose faith when things go wrong. These are the ones who are looking up at their leaders, whom they really do not know, who are looking up at the scriptures, which they really do not understand. Because their eyes are closed, they are seeking to be sustained and constantly uplifted by others. Do my sadhana for me is their plea. And when some inconsistency arises, or some expectation, unbeknownst to their leader and maybe never even recorded in the scriptures, does not manifest, a crisis of faith occurs. Then, more than often, they are off to another leader, another philosophy, to inevitably repeat the same experience. Devotees of this kind, who are called groupies in rock and roll, go from group to group, teacher to teacher, philosophy to philosophy. Fortunately for them, the rent is not expensive, the bhajanas are long, and the food is good. The only embarrassing situation, which has to be manipulated, is the tactic of leaving one group without totally closing the door and manipulatively opening the door of another group. When that uplifted face with eyes closed has the spiritual experience of the eyes opening, the third eye flashing, he or she would have then found at last his or her sampradaya, traditional lineage of verbal teaching, and now be on the unshakable path. The molecules of faith have been converted and secured. They shall never turn back, because they have seen through the third eye the beginning and ending of the path, the traditional lineage ordained to carry them forth generation after generation. These souls become the articulate ones, masters of the philosophy. Their faith is so strong, they can share their molecules with others and mold others' faith molecules into traditional standards of the whys and wherefores that we all need on this planet, of how we should believe and think, where we go when we die, and all the eternal truths of the ultimate attainments of mankind. Sutra 44 of the Nandinada Sutras, Saivism's most powerful Vedic mantra. Shiva's followers all believe in the Panchakshara mantra, 5 sacred syllables, Namah Shivaya, as Shaivism's foremost and essential mantra. The secret of Namah Shivaya is to hear it from the right lips at the right time. Om. Good morning and Vanakkam. In this video, we're going to be reading from Merging with Shiva, Hinduism's contemporary metaphysics, written by Sadguru Sivaya Subramania Swami. 365 enlightenment lessons from a mystical master, revealing the depths of Raja Yoga, the clear white light, the states of mind, and the ultimate spiritual destiny of every seeker. Today's lesson is lesson 44, and the topic is, Willpower is the fuel. You need a tremendous, indomitable will to make a reality of your quest of realizing the being within. Unfoldment doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes a lot of willpower. Someone can go along and sit at attention and concentrate and meditate for years and years and years, and, with a minimal amount of willpower, constantly be distracted, constantly be complaining, and constantly be unsuccessful. Another person can have the exact same approach and over a short period of time be extremely successful, because he has will. The previous way he lived his life, the previous things that he did, he handled in such a way that that willpower was there, or his awareness is a manifestation of willpower, and he goes soaring within on this will. Will is the fuel which carries awareness through all areas of the mind, that spirit, that spiritual quality, which makes all inner goals a reality. Unfoldment does not take time. It takes a tremendous will. That will has to be cultivated, just as you would cultivate a garden. It has to be cultivated. Those energies have to all be flowing through, in a sense, one channel, so that everything that you do is satisfying, is complete, beautiful. Discover the will. Back to the spine. Feel the energy in the spine. There is no lack of it, is there? The more you use of it, the more you have to use of it. It is tuned right into the central source. When you become aware of the energy within your spine and within your head, you have separated awareness from that which it is aware of, for that is awareness itself, and that is will. We are playing with words a little. After a while, we will gain a new vocabulary for this kind of talk, but right now, we are using our old words way of looking at it, because our subconscious mind is more familiar with these words. Energy, awareness, and willpower are one and the same. When we are subconsciously conscious that we are a superconscious being, and the subconscious mind has accepted the new programming that energy, willpower, and awareness are one and the same thing, when the subconscious mind has accepted the fact that the mind was all finished long ago in all its phases of manifestation, from the refined to the gross, then the subconscious begins working as a pure channel, so to speak, for superconsciousness. Awareness can then flow in a very positive, in a very direct way. You want awareness to be renewed. The first step is, don't try to go to the self. You haven't realized it yet. Go to the spine. Feel the spine. After you realize the self, you go deeper than the spine. You go into the self and come back. Before you realize the self and have that samadhi, attention, concentration. Concentrate on the energy within the spine. Go in. Awareness, energy, and will are all one. Come slowly out again, and you have all the willpower you need to finish any job that you've ever started, to make decisions, to do and handle your external life in a very positive way, so that it does not capture awareness and hold it steadfast for a period of time, deterring you on the path of enlightenment. And that's that for today's lesson. Take care of yourself, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.